There was a time where making your own clothes wasn't a hobby, it was just what you did. And the story of how it changed is one that is worth knowing. Basically, 50, 60, 70 years ago, most households used to have a sewing machine at home. Back then, people used to make their clothes. I mean, not everyone, but it wasn't that uncommon. The 50s and the 60s was home sewing speak, both in the US and in the EU. It was at that time that patterns were the most widely spread, that fabric, materials, everything was widely available. But then the 70s came and the decline was sharp. Pattern companies tried to adapt to that change by reducing cost and making patterns fit the individuality more than the fashion trend. But sewing machine sales dropped drastically as more and more women were entering the workforce and thus had less and less time to dedicate to sewing. At that time, we also saw more and more clothes being imported from abroad, meaning way cheaper clothes for everyone. By the end of the 20th century, the home sewist had all but disappeared. The global clothing industry made mass-produced, mass-import clothes so cheap that it was actually cheaper and a time saved to actually just go and buy clothes than to make them yourselves. But that doesn't mean that the skill disappeared entirely. I mean, yes, of course, it stopped being passed down as a normal household skill to have and became more of a hobby. But some people are still sewing clothes for themselves. I mean, for example, I sewed myself this dress. And for me, it's more than a hobby. It's also kind of an act of resistance against capitalism and against mass production. Because in the end, cheap clothes are always way more expensive than the price tag that you pay for it. And of course, there's also the joy of making something with your own hand, going from a flat fabric to a fully wearable garment.